Welcome to update 3 on the tropics. Let's start with Tropical Storm Laura. Laura looking pretty well with tropical characteristics, circulation looking good, and a lot of banding happening around the center, similar to Hurricane Hannah earlier this season. Here's the latest satellite infrared imagery. You can see convection blowing up around here, around the center, and is expected to become a hurricane as it approaches the Gulf. Multiple tropical storm warnings for Cuba, as we can see here, and watches for Key West near Florida. Here's the current weather outlook for the National Hurricane Center. Laura currently having 60-mile-an-hour winds and a central pressure of 1,000 millibars, a movement heading west-northwest, and at 21 miles per hour. Pretty fast storm, and is expected to make landfall in Texas and Louisiana. Here is the official forecast for Tropical Storm Laura. As you can see, multiple warnings and watches near Key West and Florida. Is expected to become a hurricane early Wednesday and make landfall at around early Thursday, I think, around here. Cones shifting towards west today, towards Houston and the east western parts of Louisiana. Here's the latest model run from Tropical Tidbits, HWRF model, heading towards the Gulf and rapidly strengthening, and at about a peak of 929 millibars, which is possibly a high-end Category 4 or a low-end Category 5 with around winds of at least 155 miles an hour. As we continue through the simulation, it weakens after landfall and shows tropical characteristics until Missouri with still a pressure of 996 millibars, which is kind of odd considering past hurricanes that have made landfall. Here is peak intensity nearing landfall. It clearly has developed an eye, and is expected to cause catastrophic damage to Texas. Here's the simulated infrared brightness temperature for HWRF. This is Laura at peak intensity nearing landfall. As you can see, it's developed a clear eye and has a very organized hurricane, and it will probably is expected to make landfall shortly after. It weakens a little bit and is expected to make landfall after 00Z Thursday on August 27th. Moving on to Hurricane Marco, not looking so great as it is getting sheared on the southwest and southeast quadrants. Convection blowing up towards the north quadrants of this storm. It is already getting affected by shear, as you can see. Is a very disorganized hurricane, but is expected to make landfall in Louisiana, according to the National Hurricane Center's forecast. Right now, with winds of 70 miles an hour and a minimum pressure of 999 millibars, several hurricane warnings for Louisiana and Mississippi, and tropical storm watches and warnings for Alabama and several other states. Texas will get affected, but only as a tropical storm or depression, not much of a deal for Houston or Texas. That concludes this Tropics update. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, sub, and turn on notifications for the latest updates.